All right, Coach Luck, congratulations on advancing to the championship game of the MAC Commonwealth Tournament. Just give me your general impressions of last night's game.
I really thought that the girls left it all out on the floor. Lebanon Valley's a good team. They came out, Albright came out ready to go, and I think we took a nice strong start, which we struggled with early in the season, so we've been working on that, and I think that they really showed last night and helped us big time. And Lebanon Valley came back, made it close, and they stuck it out, and they didn't give up, so it was good. It was a good finish for us.
What about Nina Mazzarelli? She scored a career-high 30 points last night. Can you just talk about her performance?
Sure. Nina was on fire last night, and the girls were finding her when they needed to, and she really stepped up. Teams constantly double and triple Kelly Harris inside, and we try to take advantage of it on the outside. Some games it's her, some things it's Shannon, Thomas. Sometimes it's a little bit of all of them, and last night it was all Nina, and it was huge. It got the girls fired up, it got the fans fired up, and and it wasn't just a one-half thing. She really carried it through the 40 minutes, which was great, something needed, and I think big players step up in postseason games, and she did that last night.
So if I tell you the score 54-50, I'm pretty sure you know what that reference is. So as you look at last year's conference tournament championship game, what's going to be different this year? How do you make the ending different this year?
I think the girls their mindset will determine the outcome of this game, and like I said in every single interview there's been, they are so determined to win a championship that I can draw up a play or have a defensive strategy, but I think their emotion and their determination is going to win that game. They kind of wanted to see Stevenson again for paybacks, but when I told them in the locker room we were playing Messiah, they were pretty excited. So I think that still feeling that loss from earlier in the season. So I think it'll be experience is going to be the difference too. We've been in this game last year, and they want to be there, and they think they deserve to be there, and they've been there. So last year's game is going to help us because that excitement is still be there, but that stress of not knowing how to win in the final game and everything will be an old hat for them. So I'm hoping that they come out on top.
22-3 at home in the last 2 years, and had a really nice crowd last night. How much will playing at home be a factor for you?
I think it's huge. Like last year was the first year we were in the championship game, and we had to travel on the road, and all about it. Everything was new and unfamiliar court, and we had a pretty good turnout there too, but it's still not the entire gym and all those other people that might be walking through the building that stop in or maybe come to half the game. But the students were great last night. We had a great turnout from all different teams and the theater group, and shout out to the domino players. It's big for us. Our girls really feed off the fans. Even last night, in the second half when we were scoring in front of our student section, or Kelly would get a big rebound. I mean, it just fuels our adrenaline and our excitement. So I think it's huge, and to do it on your own court is going to be unbelievable. So it's important. It's great, and I think it's more fun to win at home.
The all-conference team was announced today. You had Khaleesi Harris, Shannon Thomas, and Jane Joyce. Could you talk about each one of those?
Sure. Khaleesi Harris, obviously she's been all-conference for 4 years, so pretty much expected, well-deserved, and kind of a given, I think, at this point. Shannon Thomas, second team all-conference last year. She brings a lot to the table every night. Some nights she's our leading scorer. She's our, kind of a leader out there for us. She sets the tone for intensity. She's one of our best passers. So she finds Kelly, she finds the scores. But she's determined out there, and I think she deserves it in the conference against some other guards. I'd pick her. Jane Joyce, I couldn't say enough about her. She's gotten us through a lot of full court presses and a lot of tight situations, and she's only a sophomore, So to have that pressure, and she's an unbelievable ball handler, and has really been there for us in some really, really tight games, just like last night. So I think well deserved, and there's a lot of good guards out there in the conference, but she's one of the best point guards I think in the conference.
And we certainly would be remiss without saying congratulations on being named Coach of the Year. And the way I look at it is, if you were 2-24 this year, that would be your responsibility. And I know you're not one to pat yourself on the back, but you are 24-2. What does it mean to you to have your peers select you as the Coach of the Year?
It's nice. It's a gesture, in my opinion. I go out recruiting, and that's about it. From there, the kids do the rest of the work. They're at practice, they're working hard. They're in the weight room. They're the ones, on the floor in game time, and I'm on the sidelines. So I don't feel like I'm doing all of that. I feel like the kids are doing it. It's their award, and they won it for me. And a lot of good coaches in our conference, and could have been anybody. Messiah has a very young team, and they did very well. A lot of sophomores out on the floor. Lycoming had some big upsets, so could have been anybody. But I think that it's a gesture.